From Nigeria to the broader business landscape, ambition is never in short supply. Everyone has a vision, the grit and the drive to start. In 2009, when a few professionals pooled their resources to launch a company with just 2.5 million naira. So those group of professionals, VFD Group, they took what most companies treat as a tedious compliance checklist. They took corporate governance and turned it to their secret weapon. It wasn't just about the rules, it was governance as a strategy.
When we founded VFD, it was more from a standpoint of people that had experience in different business spaces.
We started 17 years ago with lending. We've metamorphosed into a holdco, a conglomerate, all of those things. But today, we're a diversified investment company, and we're just strategically managing our portfolio companies and our subsidiaries.
The objective was, how do we come together, raise the capital, get people in the room to commit to the service and to the work, and build a track record on the back of it, and then continue the process of raising capital.
And what we do is to use a very, very, very well articulated governance structure to manage our investments in those businesses.
We started running the company like it was a very well-established company, good governance, good processes, with the hope of ultimately building that track record to consistently raise the capital that was needed.
We started having so many meetings, and we felt like we were very aligned, and then we all came together to try to create this market for lending initially. So depending on our stake in the business, we'll have maybe controlling the board, we'll sometimes have the chairmanship position, or we chair the governance position, or we chair the F&GPC position.
For us, governance was a strategy for us to achieve the objective, and it has served us right. Till now, we still focus on it as a critical component of our business.
For all the companies that we set up, governance was at the center of it. No matter how small the company was, we'll always have a board, there's always be transparency, there's always governance around payments and stuff like that. But when we started investing in third-party companies, especially startups with the tech companies, there was a bit of a struggle for them to accept that way of operating. The typical governance structure that we liked and we adopted.
We have a cultural mindset of a one-man business. And so for us, the mindset of governance is to situate ownership close to the business. It's good for capital raising, it's good for resource allocation, it's good for strategic alignment, which is extremely important.
For the companies that were open, we recommended SHQ to provide the secretarial services.
Recently expanded to South Africa. For us to penetrate into a new market, we have to go in with something of the familiar, right, before we go and then phase into the unfamiliar. But in that phasing into the unfamiliar then becomes the familiar because they're already used to you, and you found a way to ease into the system through the help of a local partner. Now, what we've done is because we have the base of what governance is, and we know what exactly we want to achieve with governance. We know the kind of company that we want to have at the end of the day. We know the kind of outputs that we want to have at the end of the day. It's more or less to then see how we can marry the governance background that we bring from our origination or our origin, Nigeria, to other places, and then see how we can create synergies within the jurisdiction that we find ourselves in. We've had to rely a lot on SHQ to liaise with a local partner or local law firm down in South Africa to help us streamline that. That's the easiest way that we've identified to go into those markets and to maintain that corporate governance structure that we uphold.
Structured HQ, under the leadership of Bemi, under her founding effort, has been a strong partner with VFD in our pursuit for elevating governance in the Nigerian corporate space. And the result is clear for everyone to see how VFD has transformed a lot of organizations that they met in an alien and non-performing state and have made them to be profitable, got them to elevated governance status, got them to excellent execution of strategy, and the discipline that allows for the success of organizations in a very difficult economic society like Nigeria.
I think Structure HQ, for me, they get it because of your foundation as well, how you started. I think it's clear that governance is a very, very key element to extracting value, to maintaining value, and for future value, capturing future value. So SHQ, I'll always recommend as my first go-to law firm for governance and secretarial services.
To people that are starting up, people that, SMEs and all, corporate governance is a huge and a very impactful strategy to develop or to deploy within any organization.
For every effort you want to do, you want to carry out, you need people. And to get people in a room to stand behind that objective that you've set before them, you need to have rules that you use to engage them, rules that would ensure that people are compensated based on their contribution, rules that would ensure that the operations of the organization is transparent and everybody understands where they stand at every point in time. And these are the employees, these are the investors in the business who are the owners of the business, these are the top management of the business, everybody that has a critical role to play in the success of the business. How do you keep them behind the objective of the business long enough for the business to be successful? I think that's the purpose of governance. And anybody that wants to build a formidable company, a company that can endure, a great company, not necessarily a good company, has to embrace governance as a strategy for the success of the business.